right now we're talking with a young lady that attends Dugger Union High School in Dugger, Indiana, and right now their school is in a situation of either being closed down or started as a charter school or possibly redistrict. And with me right now I have Hannah Rennick, who is a student athlete at Dugger Union, and she's a Bulldog. And first of all, thanks for doing this today, Hannah.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Let's talk about your school right now. I'm sure it's been a kind of a stressful year after the announcement was made that they were going to close your school down. How have things been going since that's happened, Hannah?
In the beginning, it was pretty tough. You know, you walked into the doors thinking, wow, you know, this is the last year that I'm going to be able to be here with all my friends and everything. But I think with this charter school, if we get it and everything, that it's going to make it a lot easier. And the way they're talking, a lot of my friends are staying, so it's gotten a lot easier as the times went on and everything's kind of cooled down.
Now, you're going to be a senior, so this would have been your last year. You'd had to go on to a different school, so this is really something that helps you out as a young lady as you get ready for that final year of school.
Yeah, exactly. I was pretty worried because I didn't know exactly where I wanted to go, or I even thought about finishing online and just starting college. I'm graduating midterm and starting college earlier, but there was just so much going through my head. I was so confused. I didn't know what to do. But yeah, this charter school has given me a lot of to keep going and go to school and not finish online, to actually finish out my senior year.
And this seems like a real community effort. It seems like everybody's getting involved. I know they've had a steak dinner. They've got something at Monticle's tonight with pizza. So everybody's kind of chipping in a small town like Dugger to keep this going.
Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, I mean, as soon as we found out, our community was right on top of things, you know, doing everything we possibly could to get as much support and as much help from everybody. And I think it's worked out very good, and all this stuff has just been awesome, and people don't know how grateful we are that they have helped us in this way. So, yeah, that's pretty awesome.
You know, I know you played a lot of sports. I think you're a cheerleader, you're an FCA, and a couple other clubs. How important is it for you to stay with your friends, not just because it's a small school, but because they're your friends and you've been there your whole life?
Yeah, that was one of the things that was really tough for me, because I knew that if I went to another school, I would know some people, but it's nothing compared to being with the same kids I've been with since kindergarten and being in, like, these clubs and, you know, playing sports and stuff like that. I just felt like I would be almost like, I don't know, kind of like, I felt like I would kind of be like an outcast at a different school, where at Dugger, like, everybody fits in with everybody, and we're just all so close and just such good friends, and we have a lot of opportunities in a small school.
You know, it's a situation in a small town like that once they do take away a school, it does change a lot of effects of a small town, and you're going to be part of the old and the new, so you're kind of a big part of this transition period.
Yeah, when people would ask me what I was going to do, I'd tell them what I thought my plan was, and then they'd be like, well, you're a senior, aren't you? And I'm like, well, no, I'm only a junior. And they're like, oh, that really stinks, you know, because I think this whole transition and everything has really hit my class hard, because, you know, if a lot of people would, like, go to different schools or whatever, you know, we wouldn't be graduating together. And just all those years of all of us being together and stuff all the time, I felt like that would be kind of down the drain, I guess, because then I wouldn't be able to finish my last year with those kids that I went to school, you know, all the years before with.
Now, do you do a lot of talking with your friends about this situation? It's been pretty difficult. I can't imagine being in the situation you are, but it sounds like you're looking at the situation as a positive, that it's going to turn out okay for you guys.
Yeah. In the beginning, like I said, it was really tough, and that was all that kind of seemed to be on the people's minds at school. But I think our teachers and our administration and everything has been very good about, you know, like, telling us, you know, it's going to be okay, you know, trying to tell us to keep our heads up and keep going no matter what. And like I said, as time's gone on, it's gotten a lot better. And yeah, I think a lot of people are looking at it in a more positive perspective.
You know, Indiana's known for a lot of small school things. The real famous movie Hoosier, we've talked to some of the people that were in that movie. There's another town not too far from you guys called Medora, where they just did a movie, and they were talking about being consolidated or closed and stuff. I don't think it's an experience that any of us who have never gone through it would really want to see that happen to ourselves.
Yeah, I actually talked with someone around Christmas time about when the schools in like Split City when they consolidated, and how they thought it was going to be a good thing, but for the people going through it, it's really not that fun. And as far as like say like funding goes and stuff like that, that might be better in the long run. But actually, for the kids that are going through it, it's really tough because you think you have the same people that you went to school with, but there's also this whole other crowd that you're getting mixed in with too. So yeah, that makes it pretty hard.
I guess the nice thing is it's not going to be any change in name. It's basically going to be the Bulldogs, same school colors, same name. So basically, you're just kind of changing from who's operating the whole school system.
Right, and I think that was a big thing for us too. We wanted to keep it as the same as possible. Like as less change as we could, and I think that like staying with the same mascot and practically the same everything makes it really really awesome because it's not as much of a change. We're still the Dugger school.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really like we're changing all that much, so that makes it a lot easier too on people.
I know with the athletic part, you'll probably be playing some different schools. You may not be eligible right away for state tournament action. Is that as important to you, just keeping everybody together?
I love sports, and I don't know, everything about sports I just love, from the competitiveness to being able to play with all your friends and stuff like that, and actually like being a team and just being together all the time is awesome. But if we would have sports and stuff like that, that would be absolutely amazing, and I would still play sports. And like not being able to play like in a sectional or whatever, that kind of puts a damper on it a little. But I would still play sports regardless. And if we didn't have sports at Dugger next year, I would still go because at the end of the day, it's about like when it comes down to it, it's like education that I want the most. And being able to be with those people and having the right teachers and stuff like that. So when it comes down to it, sports are really big for me, but education is most important.
Now, are you trying to enjoy the rest of your school year now? It's got to be a little bit difficult, but you got the proms coming up probably and all those things. Are you kind of trying to enjoy those right now?
Oh, yeah. I try to put the whole, some people leaving and stuff next year, I try to put that in the back of my head when it comes to prom because stuff like this is what we need to focus on now. Like we got to focus on the now, I feel like we need to focus on that more than what's happening down the road. Because, we need to cherish these moments that we do have with the people that are leaving, I guess. We need to cherish these moments because we won't have them forever. And I feel like that's awesome that we get to have those times together.
Well, Hannah, thanks so much for talking with us today. And if they've got more kids like you at that school, they're going to be in good shape. We hope.
Thank you so much.
We hope for all the best for you guys. I grew up as a Bulldog at my school, so I root for you a little extra hard. And
thank you.
And I think you've got some really good people that are trying to keep this going for you, and that's got to be helpful too. So.
Yeah. It really helps when you have a whole community backing you up. It's really awesome.
We've been talking with Hannah Rennick, who is a junior at Dugger Union High School, and her words about what's going on right now at her school. For the StatelineSportsHub.com, I'm Dave Schmidt.